What's up? I almost forgot my gavel. Let me get it. Okay. I don't know about this drop. Okay. How y'all doing today? What's up? It's your favorite attorney, guys. I'm sorry I'm hungry. I've had appointments all day long. In court and this and that. That's alright. I'm still here to do my videos like I'm supposed to do. Alright. Let's move forward. So y'all already know, everybody who knows me knows this, okay? You pose your questions online. You send them to me via email, booker@bookerlawfirm.com, and your question very well may end up here on my show and my network. Actually, I just got a question like a second ago. So, I cannot read this entire one though. I'm going to shorten this down because, baby, okay, this thing is a book, okay? Um, you know what? We're gonna move on to somebody else because let me tell y'all something. Don't send me a book. Don't send me a book. Now, if you're paying a $250 consultation fee, you come and sit down in my office, then we'll go ahead and read books. But other than that, I'm gonna order you not to send me a book, baby. That is too long. Anybody finna sit here for that? Nobody. Okay? Let's move on to our questions here. And what do we have? A family question. Let's go. Dear attorney, I got a new legal question. What can I ask to be made requirement in custody order concerning the other parent's ability to care for the child? The father failed a drug test, but the lawyer did not ask for supervised visits or include the drug test in the order. Nothing. Can I ask for this 4 years later because I want to modify the order and the other parents asking for more time but will not provide addresses because of an NDA, non-disclosure, what? NDA with the Attorney General's office? Okay, that's a non-disclosure. With the Attorney General's office after the judge signed the court order. He has a history of depression and never proceeded to treatment. Can I request that he gets counseling? Order in the court. This question is from San Antonio, Texas, but it needs to be coming from Lateville. Honey, you're late. Okay? Let me tell you something. Y'all, don't get mad at me for saying this, okay? Ma'am, that man failed that drug test 3 or 4 years ago. You should have done something 3 or 4 years ago. Now, if you didn't do anything to your attorney for not asking for any sort of supervised visits 3 or 4 years ago, do not come and ask me in my courthouse now. Okay? My court of public opinion says that, girl, you're too late on a 3 day, 3 year, baby. He could have died, came back, rejuvenated himself, came back as Jesus, went, died as Buddha, came back as Confucius, and done some more things in 3 or 4 years, including redeemed himself and never done drugs again. No, you cannot look at no old drug test. Ma'am, I'm gonna bring you to court, baby. I'm gonna find I'm holding you in contempt for being petty. 20 days. 20 days of not thinking, talking, walking, acting like, bringing up this man, because obviously you are pressed. 4 years ago, ma'am, let me explain something to you guys also. Don't come, well, you can come around here attorney bashing, but just know I'm going to say something. I may not like every attorney, okay? I may not get along with them. I may get along with them, because all my friends are attorneys, but I will say this, guys. At the end of the day, most attorneys do a good job with what they have. And sometimes because we don't push forward the agenda that you all want in the manner in which you want it, you say that we're not doing our job. Now, let me tell you something, ma'am, sir, whatever. If this child was like old enough, and my clients get mad at me for this too, sometimes you don't need supervised visitation. Supervised visitation are for younger children who cannot save themselves, who cannot get emergency assistance during an emergency, who cannot remove themselves from situations. 16, 14, 13-year-old children don't need to be supervised with their parent. I'm sorry. If the parent does drugs, it's easy for the 14, 15, 16-year-old to be able to pick up a phone and call somebody and say, come pick me up, this is hot. And if they can do that, this is drunk. And if they can do that, honey, then you just carve that out in the order. Okay, if the person has a history of alcohol abuse or drug abuse. In addition to that, if they have not specifically hurt that child, honey, teenagers and stuff, we don't do so. I am vehemently opposed, okay, as an attorney, as a personal individual, to supervised visits for grown-ups. Okay, if your child has run away from home, told you that they was not cleaning up, and or okay, washes their own clothes, picks their own clothes out, and or has a job, we don't need supervised visits for their parents. So I'm saying that to say that could be one of the reasons that your attorney did not request supervised visits, even though this gentleman had a failed drug test, because the child was probably too old for him to go to the court and look like he is a duly barred attorney with a conscience and a brain to ask the judge to supervise a visit. I have had clients come to me, the child is 14, 15, and they want supervised visits, and I'm going, so you're going to take your 14 or 15-year-old to a visitation center. At the point at which a child knows that the visitation is supervised, it probably don't need to be supervised no more. Because that's, first of all, you're putting your child through a lot. You have to understand that. In addition to that, you should always probably find people that can supervise for you, or see if you can supervise the visit yourself. A lot of the times, it's not a good idea that the parent supervise the visit because of the fact that they're not getting along with the other parents. So you need not be the person that supervises the visit most of the time. Sometimes you can be. If you can deal with and put up with the other parents' mess and all the shit they gonna talk at the meetings, or give the other people their time with the child and not breathe down their damn necks at the McDonald's, you can supervise them yourself. But ma'am, I don't know how old this child is. You didn't tell me, and it seems like it was 4 years ago. This child was probably older, and that's probably why your attorney didn't want to do it. And then also, what did they test positive for? Because sometimes, and I say this all the time. When you have clients that test positive for marijuana, it's hard to tell whether or not they were in possession of the child when they smoked that marijuana. Marijuana stays in your system for 6 months. 3 months, 6 weeks at least. And so if the person went somewhere where marijuana was legal, okay, and smokes the marijuana and comes back and you drug test them, the court does take that into consideration. And sometimes you just don't want to be petty. A lot of parents come in here and they want to ride the petty bus. I don't have time to ride the petty bus. The petty bus infuriates me. I don't have time for it. Personally, I don't have time for petty shit. Legally, I don't have time for petty shit. Professionally, I don't have time for petty shit. I get irritated with petty ass lawyers that bring me back to order entry or bullshit. I don't like pettiness. Okay, so with that being said, ma'am, you were probably being petty. I'm gonna find you petty. And I'm going to say no. You cannot bring him back 4 years later. And then, ma'am, if the other parent is asking for more time with the child, more than likely they're moving on what's called an expanded possession order. Ma'am, there's really nothing you can do about that. If that parent shows that they're fit and they're a halfway decent parent, then they're going to get that expanded possession, girl. Okay? And a lot of people don't realize that expanded possession is an election. That means the other parent asked for it and the court will grant it. Okay? Very slim and extenuating circumstances have to exist for a parent not to get expanded possession. So more than likely, that's what he's moving for. Girl, do not come in court when this man is moving for expanded possession or talk about a 4-year-old drug test, girl, where he was found to be dirty and you didn't do nothing about it 4 years ago. And now the child has an extra 4 years on it and you want supervised visitation. Don't come in there doing that. I'm advising you not to do that, honey. As in my court of public opinion, I'm gonna tell you, if you came to me with that, I'm marking petty next to your name, and I'm gonna remember that you petty every time you come in my courtroom. Okay, and so I'm gonna look at the contents of every pleading that you have very specifically to make sure you ain't being petty again, because I don't have time for you wasting my time if I am the judge. In my court of public opinion, I said no. And then don't talk about he has a history of depression, never proceeded to treatment. How does that affect you? People love to talk about what's going on with the other person. How does that affect you? How does that affect the child? How does that affect that person's relationship with the child? No, you cannot run his life and request that he get counseling just because he's the father of your child. If the man want to walk around depressed with his drawers on his head, let him do it. It's his business. It's his life. He want to live depressed, sad, living like Kurt Cobain, with black on and eyeliner and black lipstick or whatever he wants to do, let him do it. So long as it does not interfere with him being a parent, ma'am, I don't think you got the right. And ma'am, I'm gonna order you to get the hell up out this man's business. I'm gonna order you to get the hell up out his business. I don't know, because it don't seem like he talks to you at all. I'm gonna need to know how you know all of this, and I'm gonna order you to quit damn snooping. I'm ordering you to stop snooping. I'm ordering you to mind your business. I'm ordering you not to bring up that 4-year-old drug test, and I'm ordering you to give this man a break. It seems like you're on petty bus, and there's a stop coming up here, and we want you off the petty bus. Next case. Next case. Goodbye, Miss Petty. Goodbye. And you're not Nicki Minaj Petty. You're not Nicki Petty. You're just petty. Okay? We're not dealing with that. That's ridiculous. I can't stand shit like that. People come in my office and they look at me. And I don't care. If you're being petty, I'm going to tell you being petty. Like me, fire me, don't. I don't really care. I'm going to tell you. You're looking and smelling a little petty, and I'm feeling pretty sure the judge is going to feel a little pettiness coming from your way. I will tell somebody that quick, fast, and in a hurry. Don't be petty around me. I ain't got time for petty. Next case. Okay? What can I ask to be made a requirement in custody order concerning the other parent's ability to care for the child? Girl, this is you again with the same question. You're petty. That person can care for the child. The child is probably a damn adult. We're moving on to the next case. Okay? Don't email me twice about the same shit and with another heading like, I don't know, ma'am, you are petty as hell, and I'm ordering you not to email me about this man again. Let that man live his life. Next question. This is a good question, y'all. How do I find out if I'm included in a will? A very good friend of mine passed away by suicide. She's confided in me on how bad that her children, 2 sons, and her family treated her to make her feel horrible. To make a long story short, she was selling me her house at the time of her death. Now she's dead. Okay, moving along. To make a long story short, she was selling me her house at the time of her death. But she assured me that this house is mine no matter what, and that they can't touch it. A week and a half ago, I get a knock at my door, and it was people that I've never met before introducing themselves as her son and her sister. Their actions were telling me that something isn't right with them. In the 2 years that I've known my friend, all she's talked about is how much these people hated her and wouldn't talk to her and has physically abused her. She grown getting physically abused. One of the sons smacked her in the face, pushed her down, and told her to stay the fuck away from him and his family. She sounds crazy, sir, and I'm not trying to be funny, but she did kill herself, and she sounds like she's harassing her son back in the day. Now her sister came with the son and claims that she's the overseer of the will and that I should send all payments to her for the house. They haven't showed me any proof of what's going on. They're checking the mail constantly looking for something. Just acting really suspicious about everything. How do I legally find out about this situation? I've invested a lot of money into this. Excuse me, y'all. It ain't corona. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, how is this your good friend but you ain't never met these people before? Even if they are beating her down, abusing her, how have you not met them before? That's kind of odd, especially given the fact that you're living in the house. That's a little odd. And then she's selling you the house and then she dies. Was it suicide? I'm just saying. I'm just devil's advocate. I'm pulling from all ways. I'm just pulling. I'm not trying to accuse you of killing her, but I'm just saying. The shit looks shady, okay, that she was selling you the house and then died. But she did commit suicide. So that's shady as well. Because I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. Okay? Because people die all types of ways. But you've got to be a little sick, under the weather mentally to kill yourself. And I'm saying that to say, if that is the case, you know that she was not completely here. Okay? You don't know if what she's saying about her family is true or not. Makes sense? She can be one of those people that's victimizing herself. They may not have done anything to her. Now, I'm sure maybe that son probably smacked her in the face, pushed her down, and told her to stay the fuck away from him and his family. Where was she at and what was she doing when he did that? And it seems as if everybody's against her. So I don't know why everybody would be against her in her family. And she have absolutely no fault in this. I don't know. She sounds like she could be a little bit of a narcissist. She could be a little crazy. I don't know what's going on, but this is what I'm telling you. Okay? What I'm telling you is I will wait for them to kick me out of that mother. Me, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be paying nobody. I will wait until the eviction papers come because how are they going to remove me out the house? Somebody's going to have to file something in probate in order to kick me out of the house. Because, see, you can file the probate yourself. Okay? And force that sister to produce that will to the court. And then you can attack the will if you feel like the will is not real. If it was a fake will. And you could bat them and beat them and fight them that way. Or if you feel like the will is real and it awards you the property, tell the court you like that will and they can fight you on it and say it's not real or what have you. But I just wouldn't leave because if you stay, then you'll be able to figure out what's going on, right? They're gonna have to legally, if you're not paying them for this house, they're gonna at that point have to exert their authority, right? And then you will see what authority they actually have because then you're in the court and then they've got to show a will of some sort. But they're gonna have to throw that will in probate in order to get the authority to move you out of that house. Now, I would not say to do ninja shit and don't have the money when it comes time to pay the piper. What I would do is that I would send them a certified letter stating that because she is passed, I am holding the money in trust, that I have the money, but that I'm not sure on who to pay it to. And I would put that money in a separate account or keep it to the side so that if they did file an eviction proceeding against me, I could show the court that they didn't have any proof that they were the proper people to pay it to. Another thing that you can do is if you were giving it to her account and you were just sending it to her account, you could continue to send it to her account. And that way, whether or not they have access to that account, you have proof that you're paying your rent and just don't move. But it's kind of risky if you hold the money in trust because then they could say you didn't abide by the agreement. But technically, they got to step into her shoes in order to assert the eviction against you in order to argue that you're not abiding by the agreement. And they're going to have to show you some proof of who they are. And at that point, you could give them the money that's owed and cancel out the debt and get the case dismissed. Does that make sense? And show the court that she passed and I didn't know. They wouldn't show me any papers to prove that they're the people that I need to pay. I got all the money right here. Here go the money right here, y'all. I got it in the bag. It's right here. I'm going to give it to the court. Court, you give it to who it goes to. You know, something like that is what you're going to have to do. Okay, so that's what I would do legally. The cheapest way is to hold out, don't make a move, don't pay nobody, put the money to the side, certify, mail them, and wait and see what they say. And they're going to have to show you a will. They're going to have to probate it out to show you they have the authority that is necessary to get you up out of there. Or you can file a probate yourself. You can file an action. You can file an injunction to stop them from, coming by and harassing you if you say they're checking the mail and that's your house. And you can use that injunction to be able to prove that they don't have a right to be there, etc. So it all depends on how you want to do it. It's a few ways to skin that cat. Cheapest way is to sit up there and don't do shit though and send me a certified mail. That's what I might do, But don't do ninja shit and not have the money when it comes down to it. You got to have it. It's the only way the court's gonna know that you were being truthful about the fact that you hadn't paid it, you didn't know who to pay it to. Okay? Or again, you can send it to that account if that's how you were paying it. Okay? So that's a very good question. Stuff like that happens all the time. And family members will come out of nowhere. They will either try to take property from you that somebody sold you. It has happened. I have a friend representing a family where this man had basically paid all the money that he was supposed to pay for some property. The dad died and the daughters are trying to get him off that property and saying he didn't pay anything. And luckily, the gentleman has all of his proof that he paid it. And so right now, my friend is battling for this gentleman. I don't know who he is because I'm not allowed to know. Of course, attorney-client privilege. But now my friend is battling for this gentleman. And from what it sounds like, my friend has a very clear-cut case. So this happens a lot. It does when people die. The courts are used to it. But that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I want to find a little criminal question. Because I like to help out people that have criminal issues as well. Oh, legal question. This is a good one. Texas parole. I have 95 days left on parole. If I cut my ankle monitor, order in the motherfucking court. Sir, don't ask me no shit like that. Don't ask me nothing like this. I have 90 days left on parole. If I cut my ankle monitor and run until my discharge date, will I still be arrested after that date? Hell to the... He ain't done talking. I'm on an ankle monitor, and parole is really a big interference on the things I need to do in all my life right now. God, dog it. Order in the court, sir. I am calling your ass to the carpet. Come here now. Okay, I am calling case number seeking attorney. 95 days left on parole. I'm calling you now. I'm calling your case. I need a record. Okay? Because y'all must be out your... First of all, you out your damn mind. Don't tell nobody that the ankle monitor is interfering with your life and you got shit you need to do right now. Let me tell you something. They could have left your dog ass in jail and then you wouldn't have had nothing to do right goddamn now instead of not drop the soap. Because the great state of Texas was nice enough to let you out on parole, you got the nerve to say you finna cut the ankle monitor off and run to your discharge date. You got doggone damn fool. Do you know that anything you do before your discharge date, you can run into 10 years after your discharge date, they're gonna put a blue warrant out for your ass and still catch your ass past your discharge date, and you gotta be sitting up in there and waiting for parole to come down with the shit, and you gonna be in there for about 3 or 4 months, 10 years after your discharge date to fight with them, and they can still mess with you for a while. Do you know that? You ain't got number 95 days left. I'm gonna order you to go sit your, I want to say sit your black ass down, because I don't even know what color this is that would write this. Everybody tell me what color this person is, because I don't know. Because I have 9 days left for my parole. If I cut my ankle monitor off until my I guess it don't even matter what color you are. You're dumb. That's the damn color, you dumb. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not cut that monitor off. That is a offense in and of itself. Don't piss off the state of Texas, baby. They will find you eventually. Ain't no way you can really go where they're not going to find you eventually. And you still going to deal with the same shit from your parole in 10 to 5 years when they catch you. 3 years, 2 years, probably 1 year or 1 month. As dumb as you sound, if you're going to cut off the ankle monitor and run to your discharge date, the question in of itself is so damn dumb that I don't think you got enough sense to make it long while you're running. So I'm going to order you to give up the bullshit, stop tripping, and sit down. Okay? That's my order for you. And clients tell me this all the time. I can't come to your office because I have stuff to do. I got to go to work. I ain't got time to go to court. Well, then take your goddamn ass to TDC and you can be a trustee, clean up the piss off the floor. Okay? And then you could be at work and at court and everywhere at the same damn time. I cannot stand that shit. When people tell me they don't have time to come talk to me and I'm trying to help them with their case, or they don't have time to come to court and court is hailing them in about their case. Don't catch a damn case and you can go anywhere and do anything. Reading Rainbow. Okay? LeVar Burton, you can be anywhere if your ass is not on papers or on bond. Okay? So stay away from papers and bonds and you can go do what the hell you want to do. Okay? There will be no interference. And you will not have to walk around with a big ass ankle monitor on your leg. But last time I checked, baby, everybody is wearing an ankle monitor right now. It's actually in. I've seen people post on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok with the damn ankle monitor. So you too can be along with the rest, posing at the club with the ankle monitor around your ankle for 95 more days. Okay? I'm going to hold you in contempt of court and take that ankle monitor and probably wrap it around your neck if you try to cut that son of a gun off. You bet not. You bet. I'm going to tell you, my grandma, you bet to not. Okay? Bet to not do it. Okay? With that being said, I have had enough today. I can't even go any further, okay, with this. I'm done here. These are, I want your questions, and I want you to be honest with me. I want it. I need you to be practical, and I want you to tell me the stupid shit you're thinking. But what I want you all to do is pay attention and not do these things. I want you to use common sense. You're born smart, but intelligence is learned, people. Okay? And with that being said, this court is going to be held in recess until the next time your favorite attorney, Ellie Booker, is signing off. Court is in recess. Baby, I hope he does not cut off that monitor. Y'all have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.